art and craft were something that were never looked upon as a vocation. But I remember my mother doing some really sort of funky things with where she would make, she'd do a drawing and then make a print of it in a cake pan with some type of gelatin stuff. And then we'd all color these things in. And I remember my father doing collage work on a doorway in a place we lived in Montreal. But it was so his teenage sons couldn't escape into the night. And I do wood sculpture, I do waxes to bronze, I do, I've done a couple of children's books that I've illustrated. I maintain sketchbooks constantly, so for me, this business that I do it's really a way of life, and there's no division between what I do in my studio and what I do in my real life, because this is my real life. So they all meld together like, a nice basket. Clay has been my primary joy, just because when I went to art school, that was the first place that I ended up, was in the clay studio. And I had every intention of becoming a potter. I studied under Robert Archambault and Irish Flynn, who are both noted functional potters. It came to me early that clay was really my calling, that I could put a voice to the things that I was thinking about, which were the social issues of the day. And at that point I was using newts or prairie skinks or lizards or whatever you want to call them, and I would personify them, and they would be in my work, so that I could poke fun at the social situations of the day, and without directly insulting or harming anything by making these things. So Winnipeg, a lot of the people that I admire and that I look at as being my mentors are people that make stuff. So everybody from, I've already mentioned Archambault and Flynn, but also people like Big Daddy Ed Roth, who was the California custom guy of the 60s, and he'd make fiberglass cars. And one of my other early influences was Charles Schultz, who did Peanuts comics. Overwhelmed, I think, what? I've made too much. So of course, when I was more actively involved with commercial galleries, I would ship this stuff away. So at this time, I'm looking for it's your life. Your work is your life. So they have to have an inherent, deep understanding of what you're about.
So this is essentially a display area then?
Yes, well, I call it the showcase.
Showcase, yes.
It has a nice ring to it. With different stuff. Way to approach people. What is that old adage? You get more down there, but it's also nice to go down there, and I do some bronze work, because there's a foundry that I go and work in. Nice parting shot at that.